Welcome back, Rebels, to Studio G. I'm Sydney Lum.
And I'm Mia Nakamura. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we have some stories that hopefully encourage you and intrigue you.
That's right, we have all that and more coming up now. We want to talk about some national news as well as the fires that are affecting our air quality here in the valley. Let's start with the events happening in Tokyo. A 5.9 earthquake rocked Japan just east of Tokyo hours ago. CNN reporters based in the city said that the shaking was so strong that they thought their house was going to fall apart around them. New Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has instructed officials to aid the victims affected by the quake and to those that may still be in danger of buildings that could collapse. No structural damage has been detected at any of Japan's nuclear plants. Stay with Studio G for more updates.
A school shooting at the Timberland High School in Texas yesterday sent 4 to the hospital with 1 in critical condition. The shooting suspect's name is Timothy George Simpkins. He was charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and spokeswoman for the Simpkins family said that he had been bullied and robbed twice. However, that same spokeswoman said that the decision of him taking the gun is not justified. Government officials are investigating how the suspect got the gun onto school grounds.
The California wildfires here in the valley, we have seen pollution some days. You can see in the atmospheric conditions here in the valley when there is a fire, and sometimes it even deems our air quality unhealthy for sensitive groups. If you happen to be one of those sensitive groups on a day the pollution's bad, try to stay inside as much as you can. The wildfires overall can have been getting more widespread.
Lastly, we want to mention what President Biden has been up to. Biden is trying to raise the debt limit and does not seem to be a problem or is expecting to have problems down the road. However, in this short clip, the president says that the Republicans might filibuster this proposal for debt raise. If you have an opinion about one of the topics we talked about and want to see change, or just have a voice in what happens in our country, it is important to know that you can enact change by voting. This week is National Voter Education Week, so we want this show to spark your inner activist. Studio G reporter Christian Smith went out and asked UNLV students what they registered to vote. I said what they registered
Today
to
we're
vote?
going to be asking people around UNLV, are they registered to vote, and also why voting is important. Let's do it.
I just think voting is important because it allows people to voice their opinions and what they need, what they want for the economy and everything.
And are you registered to vote?
I am, actually.
Okay, why do you believe voting is important?
Voting is important in order to create real change inside of America. I think far too many people undervalue how much their vote has power in the system. And I think we need to recognize that voting can change, really, the institutions that we have and the institutions that really do need to see change. So I really hope that more people get out to vote and that a lot more people recognize the power of their vote.
First question, are you registered to vote?
I am registered to vot, yes.
Okay, why do you believe voting is important?
I think voting is important so that in some way, like someone small like me can make a change in the world.
Yeah, stole the words right out of my mouth.
Are you registered to vote?
Yeah.
And why do you believe voting is important?
Well, just vote for whatever you believe in. That's what I say. If you like this topic, vote it. If you like the other topic, vote it. That's the whole point of this beautiful political stuff. You can say your own opinion and vote for whatever you want.
Are you registered to vote?
I am, yeah.
Why do you believe voting is important?
I think it just gives us an opportunity to, hopefully gives us an opportunity to, make our voice heard in a way that we can, you know what I mean? And be able to kind of put energy into things that we care about, so. That's what I would say.
Thank you. This is my man on the street. I'm Christian Smith with Studio G, reporting live, signing out.
It was great seeing our campus be involved in voting. It's an important thing. Aren't you someone who registers people to vote, Mia?
Yeah, I actually was, and when I was doing it, I actually got number 2 in the state of Nevada, so I registered the most people to vote. Oh, I was number 2, but that was a great time for me.
Nice, a great accomplishment.
Now that you've seen a glimpse about a social media book, let's take a look at a story I did with the social media professor, Ben Morris.
Welcome, as always, to journalism. I was about to say something completely different. I couldn't even tell you.
Ben Morris has been a visiting lecturer at UNLV since January of 2018. He had only been teaching for about 2 years until the pandemic hit.
I think there's a lot of responsibility on teachers because this sucks for students.
Although the online school experience has been tough on most people, Professor Morse recognizes the bright side of things.
The fact that there is a web chat running on the side of my class, and when I have 100 students, I can have 50 of them having like a great conversation about TikTok in the chat while I'm also lecturing. Like, that's cool. And that's a good thing.
His job before being a professor is interesting to learn about. I'm sure with him working at Marvel, he has a lot to say.
Yeah, even as a professor, he has such an insight based on his personal experience.
Well, we are going to a commercial break. Stick around for your weather forecast, our in-studio interview with Eric Jang, and ways to handle stress here on campus.
The COVID-19 vaccines can be our chance to get back to our plans, who we are, what we miss, to get back to each other, to life. But it's okay to have questions, like, how were the vaccines tested? In rigorous clinical trials among adults of diverse backgrounds. Can the vaccines give you COVID-19? You cannot get COVID-19 from a vaccine. Also helps protect the people around you. Find the latest information at getvaccineanswers.org.
Welcome back to our show. Now, let's take a moment to look at our weather forecast with Sydney.
Today, our temperature is at 79 degrees, just under 80, which I think is perfect to walk your dog. And then later, tomorrow, what I mean is that it's a perfect day to have a picnic. It's 75 degrees. But Saturday, we are going to have it's going to be a little bit cloudy. So maybe move your picnic to Friday instead of Saturday. But you could still go out, just beware that it might not be as sunny. The other days, on Sunday, it's going to be sunny again. It's going to be 78 degrees, just under 80. And then Monday, it's going to be 91 degrees, but there's going to be a bit of cloud, so maybe humidity. Well, that's it for weather. Back to you, Mia.
Thank you so much, Cindy, for that weather forecast. Just the other day, the Asian Community Development Council held a GOAT event in hopes of getting people registered to vote. Let's go take a look.
This week is National Voter Education Week, and what is a better way to celebrate than with goats?
So today I have goats, sheep, chickens, rabbits, and ducks, and they all get along. They've all been doing this job for a long time. My oldest goat in here is 10 years old, and she knows her job.
Eric Jang is one of the organizers who wanted to connect the goats to the people.
And we are able to bring baby goats out because for us, we want to say be the goat, like greatest of all time, be the goat, register to vote.
They're all very friendly. They're happy to be visited with, and people enjoy coming and petting them and feeding them and visiting.
My name is Bunny, and my favorite animal is the bunnies.
For us, it's baby goats for people's votes. And right now, it's such a hit amongst our staff, amongst our friends, amongst the people. So backed by popular demand, that's why we're back here today. Because once we register our community, our voices are heard, our powers are recognized, and now when the community have needs, we're able to step up, get the resources needed, and help our communities. So we do not tell you which political party to register for. We do not push for any particular candidate. We push for our communities to register to vote. We push for good access for our communities to be able to register to vote in an easy way and accessible way. And like today, we wanted to make it a fun way as well.
Eric Jang is with us in studio today. He serves as the Director of Outreach for the Asian Community Development Council. Thank you, Eric, for coming in today.
Thank you, Mia, and thank you for inviting me in studio.
So for those who don't really know what the Asian Community Development Council is, can you explain really what it is?
Yeah, so for Nevada, it's a state of 3.1 million people. Right now in the state, there's 13% Asian population identified as Asian and Pacific Islander, more than 380,000 people in the state. So Asian Community Development Council was funded by our founder, Ms. Vida Lin, our president and founder, to make sure there's a resource hub that can help our community. So what we do is both direct family services, including food bank, vaccine, flu shots, health navigation, assisting our community to get the resources that they need, plus translations, and also civic engagement. Civic engagement can come in many ways. The most direct way is register to vote, make sure your voices are heard by voting, by attending public meetings, and making sure that elected officials recognize our power and our voices.
And I know, like from the video, one of the ways you do the voting is through the goats. Can you kind of explain another way that you have people register to vote?
Yeah, definitely. So for Nevada, right now, our state law makes sure that we can pre-register folks to vote. So once you turn 17, we can pre-register you to vote all the way, and once you're 18 and you are eligible, meaning you are a U.S. citizen, we can register people to vote. So creative ways that we do, including that petting zoo that you all just saw, but also meaning we go to high school classes. We partner with AP Gov or civics teacher to go and talk about our voting rights, talk about the history of folks fighting for that civil rights. And we also do First Fridays, events. We will be at the Pride March tomorrow, and very, very excited about different festivals to just get the community's voices out, make sure the youth voices are there. So for example, why are we doing on campus? Why were we doing all these creative things? We did a Pokemon Go, we did Animal Crossing. I remember Mrs. Obama mentioned this. Michelle Obama told her daughters that you would not let grandma pick out your outfit, your OOTD, your outfit for the day for high schools or for college. Why are you letting the boomers pick out your who represent you, the policy that's going forward? Especially if this is the UNLV-TV for climate change, for tuition, for student debt issues, for the future of this country, for the future of this generation. Even for the presence of this generation, we need to make sure we're registered to vote and we're voting.
Okay, and kind of like final question, why is it important to vote? You know, not just for young people, but just for everyone. Why is it important to vote?
I think in the interview on the street with the students, someone mentioned this. We are all individually just like a little one vote, 2 votes. But for Nevada, for the country, a lot of time elections are decided by 10, 20 votes. In Nevada, we have a couple cases of just 20, 30 people decided that election. So every vote matters, and we'll keep saying that every vote matter, every election matter. Maryland Parkway, that's something that we know our elected officials are trying to fix, trying to improve, make our traffic better. All these different things, public transportation, access to resources, that's why your votes are important.
Okay. Thank you so much, Eric, for coming on today. And now we're going to toss it over to a commercial break.
Hello. Mom, you gotta stop this. I'm in a library, okay? What could happen?
Yeah, stuff happens. 1 in 4 college students end up in the ER. That's why you need Emergency. Everything you need to handle an emergency. Share important info with your family and friends. Feeling unsafe? Help is 1 tap away with Urgent Alert. Upload your insurance card and your medical consent form so your family can speak to medical staff. Download Emergency now while it's still free, before stuff happens.
Welcome back. Last night, the Las Vegas Aces beat the Phoenix Mercury with a final score of 93-76. The Aces' victory they even had the WNBA semifinals at 2-all. The winner of the semifinals will be determined tomorrow in their next game at 6 p.m.
An exciting night of the City of Angels. The Los Angeles Dodgers took on the St. Louis Cardinals for a chance to advance to the playoffs. It was a close game with the Dodgers hitting a walk-off, scoring 2 runs at the bottom of the ninth, taking them to the promised land.
What an exciting night for sports. Now let's take a look at a local gym that recently opened this past month. Our reporter Anna Saya has more.
I'm here at Tread Vegas Fitness, a new form of working out that will definitely make you work up a sweat.
Tread Fitness is a new high-intensity form of CrossFit located on the west side of the Strip for workers and university students' convenience.
Well, we find that most gyms kind of are centered around people's homes. So, I mean, in the last 4 years, we've really kind of ingratiated ourselves with the hotels, with the industry, the people that work in them, and then also just kind of making sure that we have a product that people can either come to before work by having nice locker rooms, showers, towels, and everything here provided for them, and also after work that they're able to get a workout, come right after work.
They are known for their unique equipment and 45-minute high-intensity workouts that many gyms don't have. Vance Smith, co-founder and master trainer, explains how their gym differs from others.
Something that we came up with over at a gym over in Henderson that I used to teach at, and it's just like all it is basically treadmill running with a lot of floor exercises with it. We have a piece of equipment called a torpedo, and I probably know a lot of people in Las Vegas don't know about that equipment, but our torpedo is a small device that you can kind of do a little bit of everything with. It's like a kettlebell, it's a dumbbell, it's kind of like looks like a barbell. So it's a torpedo, and you can kind of do a little bit of everything with it.
The trainers and the overall uplifting environment of the classes keeps customers coming back. Not to mention the person-powered treadmills where you're in complete control of your own pace.
So in addition to our unlimited memberships, we're offering a limited one where you can take 8 classes per month for $59 or less than $10 per class on there, and be able to blend it into your lifestyle.
This is Anna Saya reporting for Studio G.
I've never seen a gym like that. We have nice equipment here at UNLV. Have you been?
You know, I've only been to the UNLV gym just a couple times. What about you?
Yeah, just a few times as well.
You know, I really want to take those classes because I see it's student-run classes, so I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, I would be interested in joining too.
Now to end our show, Jose Ruiz brings us an encouraging story about a passionate paraplegic athletes.
Today I talked with the High Rollers Adaptive Sports Foundation. They're an organization here in the Valley that provides venues and opportunities to paraplegic athletes. Here's the story.
Bradley Bowe is my name. So I am the founder of the High Rollers Adaptive Sports Foundation, which is the funder and boosting mechanism for the local wheelchair rugby team called the Las Vegas High Rollers. You have to start 3 or 4 months in advance in order to plan a tournament. You have to get a gym, get 6 teams at least in order to host a tournament like this from all over the country. Insurance, food, transportation, everything. Transportation's the big one, trying to get 60, 70 people in wheelchairs from the airport to the hotel to the gym. That's always a bit of a logistical nightmare, but that's that's probably the hardest part about it. But yeah, 3 or 4 months is what it takes to plan one of these things. This year, I think this is the first year where we're going all the way to postseason. We're going to nationals this year. We're 2-0 at this tournament. We have a few guys on our team right now that played at the international level, so it's fun to watch us this year. I'll say that much. Austin Kogar, our coach, he went to Beijing. He's the real deal. He was a Paralympian, so it's nice being able to learn from him, learn from the best. That's definitely been a big boost to our program too over the past 3 years. So. We have a big season, so we host a lot of tournaments because everyone wants to come to Vegas. We've got a lot of hotel rooms, cheap flights to get here. So we're hosting one obviously this weekend. Then we're going to Reno at Halloween weekend, end of October 29th to the 31st. And then Veterans Day weekend in November, so November 12th to the 14th, we're hosting a 12-team tournament. That's going to be a monster. So yeah, if anyone wants to go to high-rollers-foundation.org and donate, that would be huge. Any amount helps out, so we appreciate all your help.
In Studio G, I'm Jose Ruiz. Back to you.
That's our show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mia Nakamura.
And I'm Sydney Lum. See you next time.